Hello? Okay, now it works. I got scared for a minute there because my unmute button didn't work. But yeah, yo, what up? Okay, so stream is barely started. We already have 2 people in chat. One is very cute and happy, and the other one is like, nee! Okay, yeah. What's up? There's gonna be a Tears of the Kingdom trailer coming in like a minute. It's gonna be a live stream. I was like worried that just as last time it's like gonna be like weird with like upload times or whatever. But yeah, no. I have the live stream pulled up right here, and we're going to watch that one in a second as soon as it starts. But yeah, I don't know. This is just gonna be a really short stream to look at the trailer. In fact, it's so spontaneous that, as you can hear, I am eating, and I will most likely eat while we watch the thing, because like I don't know, I'm fucking hungry, and I know that I could have planned for this and maybe ate beforehand, but I'm too fucking stupid today apparently. But yeah, regarding the other stuff that I talked about yesterday on the Discord, we will talk about later. But for now, let's just watch the trailer. Yes, this is me. Guten Tag. Yeah, I think everything should be. Oh, hi. I mean, well, we will see. Supposedly the trailer is to be. Supposedly the trailer will be like 3 minutes long. That's what they said on Twitter. It's really not gonna be that long. So yeah, let's see. Also, fucking 12 months. That's a year, just as the alert says. I'm sorry to cut you short here, but it's fucking starting, dude. I don't even have time to fucking talk. Let's just look at this for now, okay? And also hi. You'll be able to enjoy using your imagination. Yeah, I'm excited, I guess. I was like hesitant to watch it in the first place, because like, as I usually say, like, I'm already sold on the game. I don't need to watch any more stuff. Today we've prepared the and like at this point I'm just scared of spoilers or whatever, because like I already know I'm gonna have fun with the game. Please enjoy. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna shut him up. Yeah, no, okay. But yeah, so I was hesitant on watching it in the first place, but since, you know, we are on the internet, the information would get back around to me at some point anyway, so might as well just watch it for free content. That's what I'm thinking. And yeah. Yo, the constructs, I forgot their names again. They fight with the other enemy factions, which makes a lot of sense actually. Oh my god, it's the main theme! Oh my god! I mean, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't hyped. Like, I do have goosebumps, I do admit. Yeah, enemy infighting is always cool. Like, for exploiting their mechanics, but also like for storytelling, like environmental storytelling. This looks all very cool. Like, there's a lot of shit too. Yo, is that perchance? I think that's the same fucking bridge that the very first Breath of the Wild trailer took place on. Not completely sure, but it kind of looked like it. Like, would be cool if that was like the point of that. Dude. He is mad. Oh my god. Trailer reactions. I don't know. It would just make sense. But, I don't know. Yo, okay. Wait. So, that means we will actually be able to, like... Okay, who the fuck is that? Furry? Like, I don't know, because the whole theory about the floating island was,
Zelda.
I'm gonna shut the fuck up now. Shut the fuck up for now. We're gonna analyze later.
Our last line of defense will be Link.
Link.
Yes, that is the name of the main character. Yeah. Yo, that was kind of cool, I gotta say. Like, excuse me, but like, there's just so much stuff that like other reacting people would like lose their shit about, but I'm just like, I don't know, I'm just here for the show.
I am here. It's something only I can do.
You shut the fuck up, actually. Like, shut the fuck up for once. We're watching.
You witness a king's revival and the birth of his new world.
Oh, damn.
Okay, let's go.
He looks actually kind of hot. Like, what? Yo.
You are not alone.
I'm just happy to see recurring characters. Like, that's what I'm here for. That's my shit. That's what I'm looking out for when I look at a like continuation, like direct continuation of a world, of a story. I'm just here for recurring characters. But yeah, there's so much shit that was going on here. Like,
Link.
most of it.
You must find me.
No. But yeah, there was so much shit going on. Most of it was just derivative of other stuff we've already seen. But yeah, this definitely, that definitely was a trailer. Okay. Whew, okay. I'm still hungry. Not hungry for more from the trailer. Like, as I already wanted to preface in the beginning, I didn't really need another trailer. I already knew I was gonna buy it, like, for streaming purposes alone. But yeah, no, I hope you all had fun. Now time to get to the unfun part. Yeah, thanks for joining, Livio, and thanks for the sub. Yeah, I'm unable to talk. We will talk at a later point in time. Thanks for joining. See ya. Have fun or whatever. Good luck. But yeah. For legal reasons, I have to say that please don't pirate the game. Yeah, no fucking, I don't know. Do whatever the fuck you want. I'm gonna buy the game because I'm gonna stream it. I'm gonna stream the hell out of it. I'm gonna put like however many hours into it if I'm able to. But yeah, do whatever the fuck you want. Like, I would like to pretend that I'm like, yes, please don't do crime. But yeah, like, in actuality, who is gonna get hurt by that? And even if anyone would get hurt by that, if like Nintendo lost like 0.001% of their profits because I said, yes, you can pirate the game, feel free to. Like, not that I am at a point to like allow or forbid you that. Like, even if they lost just a fraction of money because of that, then what are the chances that they hear this? Like, I'm sure that in like, I don't know, let's say 30 years, in 30 years, I'm big enough of a streamer that I actually get sponsored by Nintendo and like get their products for free. Let's do some wishful thinking here, right? Even then, do you think they're gonna see this? I don't know, I'm kind of nervous, but like, yeah, it's just there. But yeah, I mean, if you buy it and then emulate it, then of course that would be the best case scenario for all parties, technically. Though I would personally say that just playing it on the Switch, if you already have it, then unless you don't have a Switch, and you just buy the game so you have an excuse to emulate it, that would be incredibly based, actually. But yeah, like if you have the stuff to play it on Switch, then I would probably just play it on Switch in the first place, because like I don't know how much work they're gonna put into it. Like Breath of the Wild got a lot of patches later on that like improved performance and whatnot. But I think that with like with like controls and whatever, it's still gonna be the best experience on Switch for now. But yeah, I don't know. If someone asks where you got the game, you can just tell them that I lent it to you. Please, please don't actually. But yeah, so much for that. I don't know. Fucking play the game however the fuck you want. I'm excited to play it, and I will just buy it because I will play it on stream a lot. So yeah, I'd like it to be the intended experience. But yeah. I don't know. I wanted to do a whole fucking shtick before the trailer started and like fucking talk about a lot of shit about like what my thoughts beforehand were, but like we didn't have the time, so whatever. I completely forgot what I was gonna talk about. So for now, after this kind of controversial discussion, let's just look at the trailer like frame by frame or whatever. Regarding like the islands ripped out of the land, because you asked the question, you know. I don't know. We will take a closer look at it in this trailer, I guess, if you see anything. I personally doubt that they actually put in that much effort, that they like added like fitting holes into the ground where the islands were ripped out. It would be a nice detail, though I think they probably did something else to achieve something similar. Like they sure as hell they really changed up everything on the ground, but like I doubt they actually made holes, because that would make the ground kind of hard to traverse. Like, yeah, work reasons, sure. Like honestly, I personally like I don't want to hear I don't want to even like just defend them just because yeah, they don't have that much money. Like, yeah, they could easily put in the resources to put in the holes on the floor, but like put in the holes on the like solid ground. But I personally think that if they didn't do it, it may actually be better. It may actually be better for gameplay reasons, because if the whole fucking land of Hyrule, as you knew it from Breath of the Wild, if it's like supposed to be one of the features that you're going to be able to completely explore it and like meet up with older characters and whatever, if that's the whole point, it would be like kind of weird if the whole land just looked like a Swiss cheese, and like I don't know, it would be kind of hard to traverse. Like, sure, yeah, you have the boats, you have the new vehicles. There is definitely ways to make it interesting. I like don't get me wrong, but I don't know. There's still land around Hyrule, you know that, right? There's still like the south and east, those were mostly ocean, but like even below the ocean there's still land. But the complete west and north of the like main map of Breath of the Wild, there was landmass all over the place. Like it wouldn't be that difficult to move the land from there. Like it wouldn't make that much sense, but it wouldn't be impossible either. But yeah, like that being said, it would make the most sense. Like I don't fucking know. I don't know how the fucking stuff works. Like all I know is that it's been theorized that the whole floating island thing is gonna loop back. Like it's been theorized. I actually haven't seen the theory all that much. I only like have seen Zeltik talk about it, and then Point Crow regurgitated a bit. But yeah, basically the theory is that the whole floating island thing is gonna loop into a loop into Skyward Sword, because in Skyward Sword it is said in the beginning that because of a great calamity, where have we heard that, the goddess Hylia ripped like these islands out of the ground basically for their people to live on. That's basically like the whole point behind the floating islands in Skyward Sword, and it's like been theorized that this is gonna basically be the last game in the timeline, and it's gonna loop back into Skyward Sword being the first game in the timeline, and thus like a whole loop is gonna be connected between these two games. And the whole thing about like Zelda becoming Hylia again to then reincarnate back into Zelda in Skyward Sword. It's gonna literally be the legend of Zelda. Like, I'm not gonna fucking retell the entire theory, but it's a really cool theory. And I think what's most believable about it is that all Zelda logos have an important part to the story. I mean, we're gonna rewatch the entire trailer frame for frame now, but like, I have. It has been known that it's gonna release 16 o'clock, or you wanna say it's 4 p.m. So don't be mad at me. But yeah, I think what's most believable about the entire theory is that every Zelda game, or like at least for the last like whatever. Wait, well, it has maybe not been the case for like the first few games, but since like Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, since those games, the logo of the game has always had something very integral to the story in it. And in this game, I don't know whether you will be able to like really see it from here, and I don't really like want to rewind all that much, but like as you can see, the logo has an Ouroboros, or a variation of it at the very least, and not really that much else. Like, yeah, there's the Master Sword, it's like kind of broken, and then there's like this reconstructed Zonai Master Sword, presumably. Like, sure, this is also like kind of important, definitely, to the fucking story, I assume, because like like what has been theorized is that basically when Link first comes into contact with Ganon's corpse. Yes, I know, that's why I said variation. But like, who the fuck knows? Who the fuck knows if it might not be of significance that it's two Ouroboros. I think Zeltik said that the two Ouroboros maybe represent the duality of Zelda and Hylia, because both are the same person but also not, and they like loop into each other again and again, like I already said. Maybe it's something entirely different, we don't know, but like it sure as hell does support the whole looping theory. And I personally, like, I would be very excited if it was actually be true, because I cannot talk, dude. If it was actually true, I would be very excited, because it is a very cool theory, and I like this like looping shit. And I was already yeah, I was already pretty into the like Zelda timeline thing. But yeah, so much for that. But yeah, basically, in Skyward Sword, it is said that the islands were literally ripped out of the floor, out of the ground, to protect the Hylians and whatever. So it would just make sense if in this game they were also ripped directly out of the floor. So much for that, yeah. But yeah, let's like look at the trailer once more, I guess, and see if we can talk about anything really special. There's gonna be a lot spoilers, because like in almost every shot there was something to talk about. I just do not have the energy that like other reaction YouTubers or streamers or whatever have to like scream the entire time, "Oh, that's so cool!" Like I don't have the energy to do that, even though, believe me, I am just as hyped probably. I just don't have the energy to like overplay that hype. But yeah, let's like look at every shot and see what exactly is new. Like here, I don't think you really see anything that hasn't been known before. Like this kind of tower thing on this island looks kind of interesting, because it reminds me of some structures in Skyward Sword, but that's really about it. Wouldn't really be, yeah, it wouldn't really make that much sense if it was just one of the same structures, because like the whole point is that this is gonna be like the prototype of these islands, and here everything is full with zonai tech. And in Skyward Sword, it's shit built by the Hylians, so wouldn't make sense if it was the same structures. But yeah, these things, I don't think we know for sure yet what these are, but they do exist. They certainly exist. Also, like Death Mountain, like overflowing with whatever this shit is. Like either it's malice or it's like just volcano smoke or whatever. But yeah, this has already been seen before as well, I'm pretty sure. Anything cool? Yeah, we saw the enemy infighting over here, which was pretty interesting. That was pretty cool. Not too much else to see. These, I wonder, like these look like light bulbs or whatever. I wonder whether those are like just torches with like a special green flame or whatever. I don't know if I fully agree, but I definitely see where you're coming from. I don't completely get how this game is that much different in your eyes, but yeah, sure, whatever. But yeah, like I don't know, they don't look like they are actually fire. They look like they are like these like do you remember how in Breath of the Wild there was like these light bulbs that you were able to turn on by putting electricity next to them? They like acted as switches. Like I'm not saying that those are exactly that, but they remind me of it. Guys, can we, by the way, please, like, sure, you are able to think about the game whatever you want, and whether you are happy, whether you're excited, whether you liked Breath of the Wild, whether you didn't like it, whether you're excited for this game, whether you're not. That's cool and all. We will discuss about that at some point. I'm not gonna like hide from that or something. I'm not like the one guy who says this game is so good, please don't talk bad about the game. But I'm not here for discussion right now. I'm not here for discussion right now. I just want to watch the trailer and then be done with that. And after that, I'm just gonna play the game well whenever it comes out. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't really necessarily aimed at you. It was more so aimed at Milo, but just in general, like, you guys can talk about it, I guess, but don't expect me to interact with it at some point then, because I just wanna like watch the trailer. We barely watched the first shot. Yeah. But yeah, nothing too special here. I think like this looks kind of weird, like a bridge between islands or something maybe. uh, Honestly, I think the divine beasts had more intentional and like individual design than the overworld. Like the overworld was mostly, I can see if people say that the overworld is mostly just like, ooh, flat plane, and then you put some geometry here, put some geometry here, put some enemy camps here and there. Like I personally think that the overworld was still incredibly well designed for what it was. But I think the divine beasts, they had a lot more intention put into their design. Like, if you don't like the look and like the art style or like the style of the structure, like that's your thing. But that's not because it's like fancier dev textures or anything. I kind of have to disagree on that. But yeah, funny enemy infighting. This guy is completely new. We have not seen that guy before. He seems to be chopping down a tree, which is like interesting. No idea what significance that is gonna have. Like maybe he's gonna be like a special enemy that's gonna be like collecting resources, and whenever you kill them, you're gonna get like a shit ton of resources. Like I don't know, funny Huli Hoarder kind of guy or whatever. Like he also seems to have like, I don't know what these are. They don't really look like resources, but maybe they are like for storage purposes or whatever. Like it's still a robot, so like they can't be that otherworldly of a thing if it's like made by humans or whatever. Or made by humanoids. Like we don't know whether the Zonai were like consider like, I guess they are a separate race. Like you wouldn't consider the Sheikah human or the Hylians human, because like that's what they are. Like they aren't humans. They are a separate race. Like the people walking around the towns, most of those are normal humans. But like I guess if you are not gonna call Hylians and Sheikah human, then the Zonai wouldn't be as well. But they're humanoid or whatever, so who the fuck cares? I mean, I also have to agree that the bird was like the weakest beast. But for me, that was mostly like not because it was immersion breaking or anything. It's just that the beast had the like. First of all, I personally did Vamedo last in my first playthrough. So I already had the most stuff there and didn't really care for many things that it like gave me in terms of reward and shit. And also like, I don't know how you cheesed the bird, but it's not that hard to imagine, because like the entire gimmick of the bird is like the gimmick of what was its fucking name? Of Varuta. The entire gimmick of Varuta was just the water spout, which was like nice as an introductory gimmick. If I did Varuta last, I would probably think that that it's the weakest of all of the divine beasts, but given that Varuta is placed in such a way that it's very likely that it's gonna be the first divine beast most people are going to go towards. I think it's very fine, very much fine that Varuta was not that special. Then Varudania had like the entire 90-degree flip thing, which was like kind of interesting to think about, like spatially. And then Vanaboris had all of the electricity puzzles, which were extremely cool. Like personally, like in terms of puzzles, I would probably say that Vanaboris was my favorite one. But then again, the Thunderblight was in there, and I fucking hated Thunderblight. So yeah. But then there's Vamedo, and the entire gimmick of Vamedo is just it tilts a bit, and you have to use the gained elevation to reach certain points. It's pretty boring by comparison. It's literally just like, I don't know, a bit of vertical navigation most of the time. So, yeah. It's like, I wouldn't say it felt clunky, but it just wasn't that special. I mean, it really depends on when you do Thunderblight and how much of your moveset you use against him. If it's one of the last divine beasts you do after a shit ton of exploration, because like the blights scale with progress. Like the game has like, I don't know if you know, but you probably do. Like the game has this like hidden progression system, and like the more enemies you kill, and especially if you clear divine beasts, everything in the game levels up, and so do the blights. And for me, I think Thunderblight was also my third. I'm pretty sure, because I think I did Vamedo last. I think. I'm not completely sure. But yeah, Thunderblight for me was pretty tanky. Because at the point I literally I just played Sword and Shield pretty much. Like, I didn't try to interact with much more of the game, and I also was like bad at games in general. So I really had a lot of problems in like consistently getting the second phase down with like the whole magnetizing his like lightning rod things to hit himself. For me, like Thunderblight, he's just fast. That's pretty much everything. But yeah, I had a lot of problems with him still, because I was just bad at games in general. Like, for now I can say, yeah, I hope Tears of the Kingdom is gonna be harder, but in the end, with these kind of games, like with Breath of the Wild and Mario Odyssey, the game is going to be as hard as you make it for yourself. So, I don't know. I hope it's gonna be a bit harder than Breath of the Wild, but from my experience playing Breath of the Wild as it first came out, and being also literally the target audience, like I was literally in the exact age range where I would think I would have to have been. Yeah, but games back then were harder in general. Also, honestly, I would like to disagree. Like, Ocarina of Time, like, I had less problems with Ocarina of Time, and I was younger when I played Ocarina of Time 3D. And Ocarina of Time 3D, well, again, yeah, Ocarina of Time 3D is also easier than the N64 title, I guess, but that's also mostly because of just, like, old games don't age that well. But yeah, like, the only hard parts about Ocarina of Time are the water temple, like, of course, that one's very famous for exactly that. And then, I don't know, I maybe had like problems fighting the funny Iron Princess or whatever they were called, like the big X guys that you fight in the Spirit Temple. And then, like, I don't know, I didn't have that big of a problem with Ganon and Ganondorf and whatever. Like, the thing is, again, these kind of games, they are as hard as you make them for yourself. And there's always ways to make, like, who would have thunk? If you fight an enemy and the enemy has a weak point, and you abuse that weak point against it, then of course the enemy is gonna be easy. Like, how's that? And if you if you are just stubborn and don't use all your tools, like I did, for example, with Thunderblight, which is why I was extremely frustrated with like the entire electricity thing, because I didn't fucking want to think about how to work around it. Yeah, then it's just gonna be hard. So like, I don't know. That's those are my 2 cents about it. I don't know. I doubt Tears of the Kingdom is gonna be much harder. Like, the thing is, how are you gonna make this game harder? You can make it harder with like just making the puzzles more complicated, which would definitely be very welcome. But then again, the puzzles are gonna be as hard as people make them out to be, because like in the end you are going to have a big shit ton of tools to work with, and there is just gonna be tools that are more overall useful than others and will help you to solve most puzzles. So most people are going to use those, and I don't know. They can definitely make the puzzles harder, but like beyond that, I wouldn't want them to just like artificially tune up the difficulty by making the enemies do more damage or have them have more HP. Like, if anything, make them do more damage. I'm fine with that. But like, just making enemies tankier is, in my opinion, always a really bad way to make games more challenging. So I don't know. We still haven't like continued to we are still stuck on like the 7th or 3rd shot. Okay. But yeah, I don't know. I fucking lost all I wanted to talk about. I mean, yeah, better AI would be great, but I doubt they're gonna change much about that, because like, I don't know, they could change some stuff. There was like I think that what they're probably gonna do mostly is not make AI improvements in general, because I think what they kind of still want to do with this game is cater to the Breath of the Wild player base, like the people who really love Breath of the Wild. And if they want to cater to those people, they probably don't want to change up how stuff works that they have mastered for like hours and hours too much. Like, change the world but not the mechanics, basically, is what I'm trying to say. That being said, like, some of the new enemies they have shown, like the big Bockblin, yeah, fucking German pronunciation. The big Bokoblins, like those fat fuckers with the horns. They seem to be like pretty much that. Like, they, if they are present, they somewhat modify the AI of the enemies around it, and like are able to command them to attack you all at once and whatever. Yeah, I'm like, in terms of glitches, I'm gonna be really excited to see how many of them actually still exist, because like, as I talked about when we analyzed the last trailer, I personally think that a lot of the glitches that are very prominent in Breath of the Wild, I really hope that most of those won't be fixed, because while they aren't like fully intentional, they definitely make out a huge part of the game, and are part of what makes it so exciting to watch even today. So like especially like just simple stuff like wind bombing and shit, I really hope that they're not gonna that they did not remove that shit, because like those like even if they were exploits of the physics sandbox, they were still incredibly fun. So I don't know, we will see about that though. But yeah, basically, I think what they're gonna do is not change much about the mechanics of Breath of the Wild. More so just add more stuff on top of it, like as I said, like new enemies that change known behavior, and then of course they are going to completely change the environment in which all of the mechanics are supposed to be used in. And they're gonna try to subvert expectations by doing that, most likely. But yeah, as I said, this may be a collector enemy, and if you kill it, you may get a shit ton of resources. More, I do not know. Let's fucking continue watching the trailer, right? Yeah, nothing too special here. Those are those like funny drawings on the floor. Is that something special? That looks like a fairy fountain to me, actually. Is that like maybe the fairy fountain in the Akala region? I can't really pinpoint the location. Like this looks like the island where Terrytown is on. But then the fairy fountain was like here or something or somewhere, right? It was like more close to that. It probably is somewhere completely different, so I don't know. Well, yeah, funny main theme drop, big goosebumps. Like this looks like a fairy fountain, doesn't it? Well, there's one over here as well, though, so no, it's probably something completely different. It looks like maybe also the floor expelling malice or something. I don't know. The thing is, Milo, I'm not saying my expectations are so low that I don't even expect them to change the locations, but the fairy fountains themselves, like, I'm not saying that it's just gonna work the exact same as in Breath of the Wild, that, ooh, the fairy fountains are just in the exact same place and they work the exact same, but they should still keep, like, the hint of them at the point. Like, they should not just be there and work the exact same way, but there should, if they have been moved somewhere else, the original fairy fountain should still be in the same place as a nod to the people who know where it was supposed to be before. Like, sure, I really hope that they are going to change shit up as much as possible with like locations and shit, but they're not just gonna move something without giving a nod to the player that yes, you remember how there was a thing here, look how this all now all destroyed and fucked up, isn't that kind of cool and shit, like, you know what I mean? So yeah, and I think that the fairy fountains are stationary and they're not just going to be able to be moved just like that. Like, I know that in Age of Calamity, like the Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity game, I know that there's the Great Fairies there as a playable character, and there the fairy fountains technically can move, but that game is not canon, so I don't think that's how it works. I don't think that's how it works, Milo. And if that's how it works, then that would be incredibly boring. I'm just gonna say it like this. If they are just gonna move shit around and not give a nod to the players who knew where the stuff originally was by like having ruins there or whatever the fuck, it really depends on what they move. If they are not gonna do that, then that would be even more boring than the stuff just being in the exact same place. Anyways, I don't think there was anything too special in these shots. I don't think. Like, mostly just stuff that we don't know. Like, but yeah. Funny gliding. I mean, this is a new structure. This probably wasn't there before, but like, this isn't too special. This is just like some encampment, but like this one, I really don't remember. Yeah, we will see. I really expect them to... This is one of the, like, towers. Like, now that I look at it, it really looks also like... I kind of wanted to just call it Zonai Tower before. But I thought, yeah, maybe they aren't just that. But it would be funny because they were Sheikah Towers before, and now there's new Zonai Towers. But honestly, now that I look at it, like the silhouette and whatever, it probably is just that. Like, we don't know whether they're gonna work the exact same way that Sheikah Towers did, but this is one of the new towers, definitely. Also, this one, I don't know if this is the exact same stone ring we're gonna see in the later shot, but I do remember seeing this in one of the later shots. Literally the funny... I don't remember the name, but the funny archive things from Halo Infinite. Yeah. But yeah, I fully expect to be... Like, what I think the overworld is gonna be is... It's gonna be mostly the same, like in terms of its core geometry. Like, the core geometry is gonna be the same, but basically every corner where there was something in Breath of the Wild is gonna be completely different. There's gonna be like different enemies here and there. Enemies are gonna be in different spots, and then like just small changes across the board, like not too special ones. Like, maybe some enemies were just moved by 10 meters if they were incredibly lazy. I don't expect them to just do that, but like I fully expect them to revisit every single meter, at least in some like every single square meter in at least some kind of way. And then there's just gonna be spots where they're gonna play with your expectations of oh yeah, this is how it was in Breath of the Wild, and then it's gonna be completely different. So I really do think that since they are just mostly going to most likely reuse the Breath of the Wild map, this game has been in development for like how many years? I think it's like 8 years or something. Like 8 years since Breath of the Wild came out, so this game has probably maybe been in development for like 6 years at least or something. I don't know. I only know that like Zeltik talked about it recently about like how long it has been. This game has been in development for a long time, so I'm very sure that if they already reuse this many assets, then they really are going to play with your expectations and are going to subvert them wherever possible. What I'm more worried about is that if they just do it too much, that like, yeah, oh yeah, every corner is different. If they do it too much and just change everything and try to subvert your expectations at every single corner, then that exact thing is gonna become stale at some point. So I really hope that just to switch it up, that at some points they intentionally did not change things where you would have expected them to change or something. Like, I'm not like telling them to be lazy or anything, but I hope you get what I mean. That they like are not gonna just change everything for the sake of it and just say, look how it's different, isn't that exciting? Yes. And that like they actively try to use it intelligently to subvert your expectations. But yeah, I think I talked about everything in that shot. Yeah, this looks to be Hateno. a lot of stuff has changed, but also not. Like, these mushrooms are new. They maybe have to do with this house or something. More likely with this, maybe. I don't know what these are. They don't really look like actual mushrooms. Like, this one looks more like just an umbrella. This one looks like an actual mushroom, though, kinda. The funny coloring thing is still here. At least I think that's what this was. This person is wearing a mushroom, so I think this is Hateno. I'm pretty sure this is Hateno, with also, yeah, like the mountain path going up here. There's no way this is... Mushroom! There's no way this is anything but Hateno, but yeah, this seems to be like a, yeah, funny mushroom village now or something. Or at least part of it. I don't know. That looks kind of interesting. This is... Where is this? Is this on the... Like, it somehow looks like it's on the Great Plateau. But also not really. Like, I first would have thought that... this is the, like, ceremonial grounds where... like, where you were able to find one of the phantom pieces in Breath of the Wild, but like, no, those look completely different. Yeah, I mean, those are in the background again. I mean, I guess with their positioning, they probably are the exact same ones. True, this is just Twin Peaks. This is just Twin Peaks, though. I don't know. Wait a minute. Let's fucking let's look at the Breath of the Wild map. Like, those have to be Twin Peaks. Like, there were other similar mountains, but given that we know that Twin Peaks will return, I think those will just be Twin Peaks. So let's just look at the Breath of the Wild map real quick. To maybe gauge where this is. Whether that could be on the Great Plateau. Because, yeah, no. I don't know, it could be. It could just be, it most likely is just the Great Plateau. Because, like, if you look at this, actually, no. Yeah, no. Like, from the Great Plateau, you were able to pretty much almost see through Twin Peaks. And also, like, I'm not completely sure, but I think this one, like the northern peak was the higher one. I think the lower one. I mean, like, guys, do you know which one of the two? Yeah, but where in Hyrule Field? Like, do you guys remember which one of the peaks was the taller one? Because I think the northern one was the higher one. In which case, yeah, this is like dab smack in the middle of Hyrule Field. But the question is where? Because, like, what I was thinking of is that... Wasn't there, like... I don't remember where the fuck it was. I think it was, like, somewhere around here or somewhere. Where you got the royal... the royal horse, like the one white horse, the quest with that, like, that was like somewhere here in this region, which would be exactly the right angle towards this. Sure, it could just not be Twin Peaks. It could just not be Twin Peaks, but since we already do know that Twin Peaks will return because they were, like, featured in the beginning of the last showcase. Yeah. You don't mean this one, right? Like the Sacred Ground Ruins, where you found the DLC chest with the Phantom Armor? Because that was my first thought. But I don't actually think... Was there actually a fountain there that looked like this? Because I kind of think there was, yeah, but I'm not completely sure. Like, that was my first thought as well, so I'm just gonna fucking fact check. Because if that's there, then that would just make the most sense that it would be there, and then I would be kind of happy that my first instinct was correct. But like, how was it called? Sacred Ground ruins. That would be that would also align with the like direction and whatever. I don't have the game. Like, I don't know where the game is. Like, I can't really say I don't have the game downloaded, but because I have it physical. But yeah, like look at this. I don't know. Is there a Breath of the Wild Street View kind of thing? I don't think there's. But yeah, like this is from the cutscene, and this is the Sacred Ground ruins. There is no fountain. Not a fountain like this one at the very least. Like it looks very similar, but also the walls. It's like completely somewhere else, I think. Like, because there's also walls and shit. And I doubt that, since it's also in ruins, that it's just something new. It has to be like, I don't know. Maybe it is still, like, I'm still kind of thinking that it's just like, I don't know, somewhere here on like one of the corners of the plateau, because the plateau also had like walls like this kind of. That's what I am kind of thinking. Yeah, I know there's Elden Ring GeoGuessr. I played it like once with Milo, and I also played it a bit for myself. I also still plan on doing that on stream, by the way, and with the Wild GeoGuessr as well. I didn't want to click play. I mean, yeah, like, it most likely is on the plateau, though I don't really know where on the plateau it would be, because I don't remember a fountain like this on the plateau. But it would just make the most sense, I think. Maybe it's like somewhere here. But yeah, I mean, yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. But I couldn't really pinpoint where exactly on the plateau it is, but it very likely is. I think it's like around the Temple of Time then, because I think there was like structures like that around here. I just never spent all that much time here, but it would make sense because like Temple of Time and Castle Town and whatever. Yeah, I don't know. It would still, like, I don't know, it doesn't completely line up with Twin Peaks then, I think, but maybe I'm just retarded then. So that's like, yeah, no, it would be from the wrong angle, right? Or am I stupid? Yeah, no, it, like, from the shot of it, it looks like it's more from around here, but like, it could barely be on the plateau. I don't know, I'm overanalyzing, I think. Do you actually think that it's here? Like, it looks close enough, but I don't really remember a fountain like that. Maybe it's also in Castletown, in the Castletown ruins itself. It could also just be one of the flying islands, but I doubt it is, because there's tents here, and the tents kinda insinuate that Hylians have like kinda reconquered all of this shit. Yeah, like it could just be, yeah. Honestly, it most likely just is this. It most likely is just this. What the fuck is this line, by the way? Yeah, it would just make the most sense if that was just like a reconquered Castletown. Because like there's like tents here and shit, and I think the whole point is that after Breath of the Wild, Hyrule has been like kind of reconquered from the Malice, which like Castletown was completely covered by Malice before, so obviously you wouldn't remember all that much of its geometry. And now that I look like at the like circular pathways and this one, yeah, this is most likely just Castletown now without Malice. And yeah, like it would just make sense that now people are all over Hyrule again, that the Malice is kind of gone, but the Sky Islands are still completely new and only get visited by Link pretty much. Like that's what I'm thinking that it's gonna be like. Yeah, I mean, new settlement, cool and good, but this doesn't really look new to me. Like, I don't know whether you talked about like this specifically, but like this shit is ruins. Like, this is not new, and Tears of the Kingdom is gonna take place directly after Breath of the Wild, so there's no time to like build something like this and let it fall to ruins again. So yeah, like no, this is most likely Castletown actually. Like the angle to Twin Peaks lines up. Maybe it's a bit steep still, but nah, it lines up. It lines up pretty accurately actually. Yeah, there's a lot of places which I'm really curious to see how they have changed. Like, as I said before, like with games like this that revisit an already established world and have recurring NPCs and whatever. What's most interesting to me is just to see how everything changed. So I'm really curious. But yeah, this is, yeah, I think it's very safe to say that it is Castletown. I fucking didn't even see that message. Okay, now we see the we are able to see the funny halo ring a bit closer. Could this be? Okay, no. Hyrule Castle is here now. We don't know whether Hyrule, like, we only know that Hyrule Castle itself, like, lifted up from the ground, but it's most likely directly above where it was before. But one of the ways, at least. Like, I mean, we have already seen some other ways. Like in the last showcase, we've seen Aonuma just climb on top of the boulder and rewind. But yeah, most likely Hyrule Castle is just gonna float above where it was before. Which is like kind of interesting. So maybe everything is just gonna lead into like you need to conquer the Sky Islands to get close to Hyrule Castle from there, because you can't get close to it on the ground. I don't know. But yeah, these things, they are most likely, like, either they are save points, like quick travel points. I think they are what they are most likely, among other things, are quick travel points. They may also be means of getting up to the Sky Islands, though I actually don't think so. Oh boy. And they may also be like trials for Link, like the shrines were before. And also, like, now that we see this thing, I was like kind of stupid to not assume that this was one of them. But yeah, this is one of the green swirly whirlies, just not active. So that explains what this is. But yeah, given that Hyrule Castle is over here, I think it's safe to assume that we just see the funny ring from the other side this time. Does this whole area remind me of anything? Like, it kind of reminds me of the area around Rito Village, which, like, can't really be, though. Yeah, no, Hebra is over here. You see the funny mountain where one of the divine beasts shot through. Hebra is over here, so yeah. Since, like, with the whole angle thing that, like, Twin Peaks were, like, here or whatever, this is Zora. This is somewhere in the Zora region. Since we were here before and this was here, and then yeah, it's like somewhere in here, maybe here. Like, you can see the swamps though. So yeah, this is somewhere in the Zora region. Not really sure where specifically, but I'm sure we're gonna find out. Yeah. I'm kind of trying to think of what this reminds me. My very first guess, of course, what this reminds me of is, first of all, the, like, what the fuck was it called? Like, Shadow Mirror or whatever. The portal with which you get to the Twilight Realm in Twilight Princess. It, of course, reminds me of that. Though I don't think it is. It just maybe, I don't know. What I do remember though is that the mirror was actually referenced in Breath of the Wild, right? Like in like Lurelin village or whatever it was called, like the fishing village in the southeast. There was like a quest around there where you had to search for the fragments of what was theorized to be the Shadow Mirror, right? Is it called the Twilight Mirror? That maybe makes more sense. I don't remember. I also didn't play Twilight Princess in English. I played it in German back then, so. And I don't even. Well, I think it's called Schattenspiegel in German, but I really don't know. But yeah, it could be that, though it seems pretty large, and also. Now that I think about it, the mirror itself wasn't actually that big. It was just the portal that was projected from the mirror that was that big. What this also really reminds me of is the time portal from Skyward Sword, with which we would be back at Skyward Sword. But yeah, no idea what this is. This definitely seems to be a huge point of interest though, since you are able to see it from all over Hyrule. Get to see a bit more of this here. There's actually houses. Like, this looked like there were people living here, but I wasn't completely sure. This kind of looked like Outposts. Yeah, no, these are definitely houses. So yeah, this seems to be a new village, because like well, I mean, I guess there's Kakariko here. I guess it could just be Kakariko. I forgot how close Kakariko was to the Zora region. And since there's the wetlands over here, this could just be Kakariko. Now that I look at it. And like, yeah. And this is like, I think this is like the path leading up to the fairy fountain. I think like there was like a shrine here before or something. If either it's this or it's the other side. I don't really I'm that good at orientation right now. But like orientating, whatever. But yeah, honestly, this might just be Kakariko, because it is. Yeah, if the wetlands are here and the angle is right, with like Hyrule Castle being here and Hebra being over here. I'm really overanalyzing this, but I'm actually kind of getting somewhere, which, like, I don't know, makes it kind of feel rewarding. There seem to have been some changes here, though. And yeah, I don't know. That still doesn't tell me what this is, though. It might just be like, since it is in Kakariko, presumably, it could just be Sheikah tech that they dug up or whatever. Like this also looks like they kind of have put up a dig site over here. Like they did before, like before the before Breath of the Wild took place, where they like dug up shit everywhere and the Guardians were among them and whatever. Among Us. Yeah. This is most likely just Kakariko. Yeah, this bridge, I don't know. Like, this is definitely somewhere in the Faron region, right? But I wonder if this is supposed to be a callback to the first Breath of the Wild trailer, or one of the first trailers. I think it actually was the first trailer, where you could like where you could see Link riding on a horse through what looked like the Faron region and getting chased by a Guardian. And he also like he also ran like across a bridge there. And what's actually interesting is that is that in that trailer, one of the first things you were actually able to see was Zonai tech, or like Zonai statues rather, which is pretty interesting. But yeah, I wonder if that's just supposed to be a callback to that, which would be kind of cool. That's just a island there. There's a big fucking storm going on here, which is interesting. Yeah, we are in Gerudo. I don't really recognize any of this. Not that there were that many recognizable structures in the desert. Honestly, like exploration-wise, the desert was one of the most boring areas. But then again, it also didn't really try to be that interesting, because like the whole gimmick of the desert was like the desert storms, right? Where you weren't able to navigate using the map. So actually exploring every last corner of the desert wasn't like, I know, like I had fun. It was interesting. But like the desert wasn't like a place where you wanted to explore every single square meter like with the rest of the overworld. But yeah, then again, it also really didn't play into it. Like it kind of prohibited you from actually doing that with like the whole sandstorm kind of thing. Like what you pretty much just wanted to do in the desert was pinpoint or like mark a point of interest on your map, then grab a seal and just ride straight for that waypoint and just keep going forward even if your radar stops working. That is pretty much what you wanted to do in the desert, and it was really cool at times, but like a big part of the desert was just not really that that interesting to explore. But there were a lot of really cool points of interest. I'm also like thinking about all of the places where you were able to find Moldugas. Like especially like the one like kind of raised platform. Like I don't know if you remember that one. Like there was like one kind of raised platform where a Molduga would like go around, and like that shit was pretty interesting to me. I also like didn't really explore the desert all that much though in the end. Oh yeah, true. I will maybe go faster. I mean, just saying, but you guys are mostly at fault for why we are going this slow, because like I had to I had to talk about a lot of shit because you brought up a lot of shit. So but yeah, yeah, I didn't actually explore the desert all that much back then, and I was actually surprised later on once I found out how many places there were actually in the desert with like the Moldugas and shit. Hi Lugi. It's pretty late. You missed everything. Hi. But yeah, this is not really any structure that I do actually remember, so let's just keep going. Okay, there's some rumblings going on. This could just be a an island rising from the ground. Maybe it's something different though. I'm going to unmod you. Fucking permission abuser. Yeah, this is just the cutscene of Hyrule casting, Hyrule casting, yeah, rising into the sky. What are these? I feel like the way this guy is moving, it looks like it may be like a like an enemy kind of thing, like maybe it's a Yiga, but I think they are just scared Sheikah, if anything. You know, you are able to see messages on Twitch that were sent before you joined. Like, I don't know since when, because like back when I joined Twitch, you were only able to see messages that have been sent after you joined chat. But for like half a year or so, you are actually able to see. Okay, yeah, you're actually able to see messages a bit into the past. Yeah, which is actually kind of nice. Like one of the good changes that Twitch actually ever made. But yeah, this is just Ganon, or like Ganondorf rather. He's very flamey, which of course beyond just looking cool. This is of course let me pull up an image really quick. This is of course a big callback to Demise from Skyward Sword, which is also like playing back into the whole thing of Tears of the Kingdom, basically looping back into Skyward Sword, because like what's also part of the theory is that Demise basically was just said to be a pure being of hate, and like just yeah, hate taken shape pretty much. And what happens after Skyward Sword is that Demise like passes down a curse to like Link's and Zelda's bloodlines, right? That they are gonna be haunted from there on out. And thus the like repeating history of like Ganon being reincarnated, because Ganon is like kind of the reincarnation of Demise then, and like Link and Zelda always having to like deal with him and all that shit. And it has already been kind of pointed out like pretty much when Breath of the Wild first released. Like I'm pretty sure that even before knowledge of Tears of the Kingdom was a thing, I already pointed out that it was kind of interesting how in Breath of the Wild it's kind of the other way around. Instead of instead of like concentrated hate reincarnating into Ganondorf, in Breath of the Wild it's kind of the other way around, that Ganon kind of became so hateful and so corrupted over the centuries that he gave up on reincarnating and just became a pure being of hate, which is like then Calamity Ganon, and like him expelling all that malice and whatever. So yeah, it already was kind of different, kind of interesting back then how Breath of the Wild kind of did the opposite, and yeah, this is maybe gonna lead into exactly that. That now Calamity Ganon, now kind of taking shape again in Ganondorf's body, is now become the predecessor to Demise or whatever. I wonder if this is just gonna directly become Demise, and in Tears of the Kingdom we are going to reenact, or rather just enact, the first banishment of Demise, because like in Skyward Sword, Demise was also like a being that was just banished between like the funny seal stone, and you like had to reseal him a lot of shit a lot of times and whatever. Yeah, I don't know if Ganon is just gonna straight up become Demise in this game. That would be kind of on the nose, but it would also be kind of funny. But yeah, I think this is why they really went into the flaming hair on this one. Yeah, this is the funny. The music is fucking banging, by the way, but I think that's that's nothing too new. Yeah, this is a cutscene that we've already seen. We have a lot of fucking holes in the sand here, which looks dangerous, but I don't really know what else to say about it. There's a carving in the side of the mountain instead of just on the floor, which is pretty interesting. We don't know the significance of these yet, and whether they depict anything that we already know of, because like this, I don't know, what does this look like? This, my first instinct would be that this looks kind of like a griffin, but there's no griffins in Zelda, and nothing really alike them. Family Guy moment. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe this could somehow depict a Lionel, or maybe some old machinery, like the divine beasts or whatever, but I don't think that it does. It could just be a horse, but the doesn't really look like the face of a horse. And we also don't know what the origin of these carvings is, like whether those are Sheikah made, or they are Zonai made, or whoever the fuck made them. But yeah, interesting that they are not only like on the ground, flat on the ground, but they're also on the side of mountains apparently. But yeah, nothing. Let me take another look back at this. Like, I don't know, nothing in the background really moved. This is another one of the funny swirly whirlies, and actually kind of interesting that there looks to be some kind of door in the side of this. So maybe you can actually enter them just like shrines. So maybe they are just exactly that. They are just what shrines were in Breath of the Wild. And then beyond that, fast travel points and everything. But yeah, those look dangerous. Nothing like that in Breath of the Wild. So okay, the really cool shit is going to start now. This is somewhere around Death Mountain, surely. No idea where though. This also kind of looks like Lake Hylia Bridge, but that would be weird. We've already seen some scenes like in the last presentation or the one before that. I have no fucking idea. We've already seen some scenes of like what could be underground. So yeah, maybe, I don't know. Death Mountain seemed all kinds of fucked up, so maybe this is just what the Death Mountain area looks like now, and it's either just gonna be a whole lot of underground shit like mining and whatever, or it's just this dark because of all the smoke or something. Like, I don't know. Oh damn. Yeah, see you soon then, Ricky, and thanks for joining. See ya. Goodbye. But yeah, in the one shot where I pointed out that mountain before, it didn't really it didn't really seem like there was all that much smoke coming out. Like, especially if you compare it to Breath of the Wild, right? Like, the whole point in Breath of the Wild was that, like, Varudania was kind of upsetting the mountain, and it was like spitting out a lot of smoke because of that. Wasn't that like one of the like kind of plot points surrounding like that whole part of the story? And considering that compared to Breath of the Wild, from the overworld, Death Mountain looked pretty calm. Like beyond, of course, like those like malice tentacles coming out from the top or whatever those were. So I don't think that it's just dark here because of all the smoke, and since there's like lava falls coming from the top here, it most likely is just underground. Okay. Yeah, this is definitely Ganon. You can see all of his features right there, like his exceptionally great feed. And his feet is pretty much everything there's to talk about there. That is not because of my preferences. But yeah, this is most likely just underground. Most likely. I mean, I kind of assumed he would have at least put in the effort to like badly draw in red hair or something. But he didn't even do that. He just sent me a fucking soy jack with big feet. So. And also a diaper, if you want to know. I really hope you drew in okay. I kind of hoped that you drew in hair, but you didn't. Okay, anyways, what the fuck is this? I didn't even notice this the first time going around. Fucking this seems unlike anything that you have we have ever seen in Zelda. Like, it's not that outerworldly. Sure, it's just a flying ship. But what I'm saying is that I don't really have anything to compare it to, anything to relate it to. Oh my god. Valhalla. It looks to be mostly made of stone, so it just, yeah, I mean, of course it flies using magic. Like, why the fuck else would it fly? That shit doesn't look like it should fly normally. I don't know. That it could be like part of the whole like constructing vehicles thing. Like, maybe you'll be able to like attach things to those things, or maybe those are just, I don't know. There's really nothing that I could compare this to in the Zelda universe. This seems completely unique. There's also like Thunderstorm. This is, honestly, now that I look at the background, the fucking bitrate is so bad that I wasn't really able to notice before. But this looks to be very close to the like big tornado that I pointed out earlier, which is interesting. The whole big tornado thing also kind of reminds me of the big storm thing in Skyward Sword. Like, again, another thing that reminds me of Skyward Sword, and I think they're gonna go for a lot more like this. I don't think that it's anything related, but I would like to remind you that in Skyward Sword there was in the sky world, like in the big sea of clouds or whatever the area was called, like where you were able to fly, there was a big area that was just cut off because it was within a storm, and part of the plot was like that you had to like, I don't know, I think there was like a tower on Skyloft where you had to play the harp, and then it just like it shot out a beam of light towards that storm, I think, and then it made a hole in the like side of the storm. It doesn't make a lot of sense, but basically it was like closed off, and then you were able to get there later on, and then there was like the big fucking whale thing. This reminds me of that. Just wanted to point that out, I guess. Yeah, this is really interesting. Fucking water bubbles. Like, yeah, sure, water bubbles that you're able to like navigate through, and they like float in the air and whatever. That's cool and all. But does that mean we will finally have vertical movement in water? Like we will be able to dive and whatever? Because that's actually one of the only things I was like kind of sad about in the beginning when I started playing Breath of the Wild. That you weren't able to like vertically traverse the water at all. Like you weren't able to like dive or anything. Like, of course, not that there would have been anything below the water surface. The world was, of course, kind of designed around exactly that. But yeah, I kind of would have liked to at least have the ability to like dive short distances like you were able to in Ocarina of Time. Like, you know, you were able to like sure, later on you had the Zora armor and you had the iron boots and whatnot. But even early on as Child Link, it like literally was part of a puzzle in the Deku Tree dungeon that you were able to dive for like 3 seconds or something. Like doing something like that in Breath of the Wild or even more would have been cool. But yeah, since there's like no floating water bubbles, I wonder if we will be finally able to actually control. Also, fucking, what is this fucking James Bond looking thing? This looks really cool. Also, fucking wingsuit. This looks really cool. Fucking big fucking gumball machine. What the fuck? Not much else I can say talk about here. This looks cool. This looks also cool. This is the Great Wall. Yo, people actually fighting, actually participating. Oh my god. That was the joke, Milo. Yeah, true. Why does he have a fucking fedora? I think it's maybe just like a bowl or a pot, but sure. In this shot, it looks like a fedora. But yeah, this is the funny Great Wall in front of Hateno. Most likely, like I don't know, the mountains don't seem that familiar, but like it has to be. It has to be. Like the gate looks the exact same and everything. Yeah, who the fuck is this? I don't know. Kinda looks Sheikah. Like with the hairstyle and the eye on the forehead and whatnot, but this is like, I don't know, some furry bait character. I'm scared. Some shot with the horse, some Zonai robots. This made me think of Remnant for some reason. Don't fucking ask me why. I'm hyped for Remnant too. Just some wall. Okay. Oh, this is the fucking. I forgot the fucking name, but like this is like the core of Hyrule Castle, where the final boss took place in Breath of the Wild, or like not the final boss, but like the first part where you would fight the Blights if you hadn't defeated every single one. It looks very, very intact. Like I wonder if they just rebuilt everything, but I doubt they really had the resources, both like in terms of material and time, to do this. So I wonder if this is like part of some kind of time travel shit. I don't know. Yeah, like either just straight up time travel or a flashback. It's nothing too new to the Zelda series anyways, like the Zelda series as a whole, but like also in Breath of the Wild you had like these things you had like these things where you like had the flashbacks and fought the blights with the equipment of the champions and whatever. But what this mostly reminds me of is actually like the one Twilight Princess dungeon. Where like, was it just the Temple of Time that you were exploring? What was that, the dungeon? I don't know. There was like one dungeon where you like basically were in the past and you had like the funny the clone rod in that dungeon, or not clone rod, but like the command rod or whatever it was called. Like, I don't fucking know the fucking names of anything right now, but like, I think this is most likely either some straight up time travel shenanigans or just a flashback. But like, beyond them just most likely not having the resources, it would not be that unlikely to rebuild the throne room. Because I mean, it quite literally is the center of the kingdom. So rebuilding the place from where you rule the kingdom and shit would not be that stupid. Like, yeah, it would be stupid, like prioritizing that over just rebuilding the fucking kingdom itself. But like, from a perspective of like the ruler of the kingdom, this would like not be, yeah. I mean, yeah, like realistically it doesn't make sense, but like story wise it would not be that dumb. I hope you know what I mean. But yeah, this is most likely like because Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, they apparently like Tears of the Kingdom seems to take place right after. Maybe there's like a difference of like 10 years or something at most. Like, I couldn't imagine like 20 years of time difference, which would be like the minimum needed for them to repair it to look like this. So, yeah, this is most likely not the present. It's also like really sparkly. That probably like has some significance to what I just said, but yeah.
Zelda.
Yeah. Some shit. Those are the torches that I talked about in the very beginning. So yeah, those are just, they're just lights, I guess. I mean, I guess then again there were things in the shrines before that also just looked like this. Though this is like obviously not Sheikah tech. This all looks like Zonai tech. No idea where this is. It's probably some place of story significance. Some completely new place.
And that legendary sword he carries.
Yeah, funny
Our
master
last
sword.
line of defense will be Link.
No idea who could be talking, by the way. Voice really doesn't seem familiar at all. Who the fuck is this? Like, Zonai person? I don't want to fucking just throw around buzzwords and just say that, yeah, yes, clearly there's this new race that we're gonna get a bit more information on now. Yeah, clearly they are behind everything, but like, that's the same design thing, and like, I don't know. We are going to get spoiled about everything, obviously. I mean, the trailer's already over. I'm just overanalyzing it now, but yeah, hi, by the way. Honestly, like, I really hope for your own skin that that was just a joke. Oh no, Zelda's reincarnation of Hylia? What a big surprise. Fucking, please unban him. Please. Like, the second one, I kind of, I really hope he was just joking, or they were just joking or whatever. But like, the whole Zelda being a reincarnation of Hylia, that's like not that big of a mystery. Like, that's literally the whole fucking, that's the legend of Zelda. Though I have to disagree, because Hylia technically wasn't a sage. Hylia was a goddess. But yeah, I mean, this is, I don't want to just throw around buzzwords, but this most likely is a Zonai person. No idea who though.
Link.
That is Link, indeed. I kind of wondered whether this funny ring had some significance to the other ring we saw, but nah. This circles exist in multiple places. Who would have known? Hmm. I mean, I guess I see where you're coming from. That's all pretty much just theories though. So like to my knowledge, none of this is really canon or anything. So yeah. I'm like, as much as I like theories, and I really enjoy theories, and I also really like the whole theory of like Tears of the Kingdom looping back into Skyward Sword. I am like still trying to go off of what I know is said in the game. Also, Brutto already like fucking flexing again. Also, Skyward Sword is a fucking canon game. What the fuck are you talking about? It's a mainline game. First of all, like we need to establish here that lore and whatever in Zelda, while really interesting, is more of an afterthought. Like, what the fuck is that? Like, excuse me, but that's a really fucking shit take. If the fucking person who made a thing says it's canon, then it's fucking canon. You as a fan don't get to decide what's canon or not. Like, sure, you can have your own headcanon and whatever, but like, bruh, that is a really shit take. In my opinion, like, sorry, but like, the first of all, like, the entire lore of Zelda is more of an afterthought. Like most, Nintendo games, what's most prioritized when making the game is like gameplay and like the feeling and exploration and whatever. And the fact that it all fits together into some continuous lore or whatever, that's really more of an afterthought, and most of that is just fan theories anyways. So you know how there's like how there can be multiple kings. You know how like a king is not a thing that can only exist once. And also like how reincarnation is a whole thing in the Legend of Zelda. Like, as Brutto said, Zelda and Hylia are basically the same entity, more or less. Like, they are separate entities, but they're also the same one. So I don't know. This is, and like most of this is still theories anyways. We still have to fucking stay focused on that. Like, most of this is just theories, and most of these are gonna get thrown on the head anyways, if it would actually be the case that this game is gonna like loop back into Skyward Sword. The original lore devised that the gods were aliens. When was that ever established? Did I miss something? when was it ever established that the original gods were aliens? Like, I'm genuinely curious. Like, they are fucking gods. They are goddesses. Like, I assume that you talk about the... Okay. Link of the Past booklet. Okay, I mean... I'm not gonna, like, say that you're wrong because I haven't read the booklet, but, like... fucking... and I thought I was fucking overanalyzing this shit. My god. Dude. Anyways, in the end, it's just theory. It's just theory, yes. Game theory. I'm sorry. In the end, those are all just theories, and it's up to Nintendo how much they're gonna make canon from that. And like, as I already said multiple times, lore in Zelda is really more of an afterthought. I think, like, since I'm really excited to see whether the whole like theory is gonna be real with like Breath of the Wild looping back into Skyward Sword, if that's gonna be true, then I kind of think that they're kind of doing both, because like they have been doing, like, whether intentionally or unintentionally, this trailer has contained a lot of shit that, in my opinion, may be nods to Skyward Sword. So think, yeah, they're kind of. I don't fucking care, honestly. No, I do care. I would be lying if I said I didn't care. Also, what the fuck? Why did you send that to me, Milo? I'm not gonna play it on stream. I mean, that's also always. Why did you? Did he also send you the same video, or why did you know what the fuck he sent me? But yeah, okay, interesting. But yeah, in the end, it's of course always a possibility that some games are just like not entirely canon and they are just like retellings more or less. But yeah, whatever. I think, again, since story in Zelda, or rather like the story of the separate games may not be that much of an afterthought, but like the continuity of the lore and whatever, that one is very much an afterthought, or at least has been for the first however many games. Like, they may have put more effort into keeping it consistent in the last few years, last few games, whatever. But before then, like, a whole continuity has been pretty much of an afterthought. And I think what they are trying to do with Tears of the Kingdom is just use it, maybe, like, we don't know for sure, but if they are gonna do it, then it would be pretty cool, is that they are just going to try and steer in like all directions simultaneously, and like as the funny theory points out, they are just gonna use it as like a connection point, as a looping point between basically the end of the timeline and the beginning of the timeline, meaning Breath of the Wild and Skyward Sword. So I don't know. Do you really think that they cared about it all that much before the GameCube? Like, what even came before the GameCube? There weren't that many Zelda games before the GameCube. There was like Zelda 1, Zelda 2, which were literally taking place in the same world. Like that was the same Link in both of those games, as far as I know. Then there's A Link to the Past, which didn't really consider all that much in terms of continuity from like Zelda 1 and 2. It pretty much like it defined a lot and expanded on like the whole Triforce thing. But yeah, it like pretty much just established things. And then there's Link's Awakening, which is like a whole nother thing. Then there's, yeah, Ocarina of Time, of course. Majora's Mask, which is also its own thing. Ocarina of Time didn't really pay that much attention to Link of the Past's lore either. Like, they, in some kind of way, they all kind of did the same thing. The biggest continuity you could say, like, you could pull between Ocarina of Time and Link to the Past is the Triforce is a thing still, and maybe the fucking the connection between the maidens and the sages, I guess. I mean, yeah, the Triforce, like, nothing ever contradicted with the Triforce anyways, though, because the Triforce was always like just a thing that just like you didn't exactly know the extent of the powers about, and every game just like kind of maybe added shit, but none of it ever really contradicted all that much. This is taking way too long. I have to like be gone in like 10 minutes, by the way. We can gladly talk about this some other time. But like I have a fucking lecture in 10 minutes, so I need to be gone soon. But yeah, no, I still have some time. As long as I'm there in 10 minutes, it's an online lecture, so I will be fine. But yeah, as long as I'm there in 10 minutes, I will be fine. I still want to watch the rest of the trailer at least. This whole thing completely derailed. I don't even know what I wanted to talk about in the very beginning. I'm not going to stream the lecture. Fuck you. I literally know it is an online lecture because it couldn't be like we literally do not have a local like place where lectures could be held, and also my fucking teachers are like all over Germany. It literally is pretty much like I literally don't have anywhere where I could have anything that is not an online lecture, so yeah, anyways, I have no idea what I was talking about. We need to continue this at some other point. I may be a bit dismissive right now because like as I said, I want to be done. I want to watch the rest of the trailer. We can talk about this at some other point in time, but for now, I actually know where my teacher lives, and it's not in the room below me. Well, I somehow know I somewhat know where she lives. Not exactly, of course. I don't know her address, but I somewhat know where she lives. So, anyways, yeah. Let's just finish up the trailer real quick and then talk about it. Talk about this shit at some other point. Anyways, the funny circle thing was interesting, but I think we already saw how Link was able to funny control a circle. This truest stuff that exists. This is really interesting because this does not appear to be a constructed flying machine, since it looks to be all in one piece. Wait, let me do a joke real quick. That was my joke. Yeah, the Jin lore, yeah. That I was unsure whether I looked at that wrong before, but yeah, that's a fucking shield bound to a fucking sword, and he is using it to parry. That is janky as fuck, but it's also really fucking cool. Let me use this one. That's really cool. Also, this is like one of the royal weapons. I don't think it's a royal claymore. Maybe it's also a completely new weapon. I don't really care all that much right now. But yeah, yeah, Swield. This is according to Pokemon, this is the ultimate Pokemon game. Big ball, just like mine. Is this the same thing that where the gumball machine was beforehand? Like there was like a dome that Link was rotating and a circular hole that let in light from outside. Is this maybe some of those exact things? Maybe there's multiple. Maybe there's just this one. Funny Sonic the Hedgehog. Is that a Goron? It didn't look like a Goron. Is that a... No, I don't think that's a Goron. I mean, there's Gorons back there. But that doesn't look like a Goron, really? I don't know. Also interesting how there's still like remnants of Malice in the background. I thought it was like mostly gone, but apparently it isn't. Like it looks like remnants of Malice. I don't fucking know. Big trampoline. Oh, this is like one of the ships, except like there's a lot of other shit around it. Also, yeah, there's the this looks like maybe that's like funny Shotarito. Yeah, I know. I'm hurrying the fuck up. There's not that much left, I think. I'm hurrying up. But yeah, this little Rito could maybe just be a descendant of the one guy that helps you in Breath of the Wild, maybe. Like maybe that guy had a son in the meantime. And the guy already was a descendant of Rivali, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, and oh yeah, these are the funny ships we saw before, which is, yeah, this all seems to be Rito shit. Yeah, interesting. I thought maybe before I thought that just the wagon was connected to the horse and Link was just transporting them like this, but no, the wheels are actually also connected via like Fuse was specifically to the weapons. Like what was it, like Mega Hand? No, not Mega Hand. Like I forgot the name of the ability already, but like the whole fucking Gmod thing. So yeah, but like transporting people, that's cool. That's an Octorok. We already know those. Okay, yeah, I mean, this makes sense. Like the funny rewind thing, that's cool. Rocket connected to a shield. That's incredibly cool. Funny floating things. Also, Link is very floaty as well. I know I'm just pointing out the obvious. Fighting on rails looks really cool. A funny moving, actually not a moving fortress, that's just a fucking stone talus. Though Link has a constructed fortress. fucking mech fight, that actually looks fun as hell. Fire arrow, which is just, just seems to be, the armor also looks pretty cool, both of Link and of the horse. Fire arrow just seems to be a ruby connected to an arrow, so I think I was mostly correct in assuming that they completely replace elemental arrows. Unless there's just a normal fire arrow below that, because it has the charging animation, but I think it's just a ruby attached to an arrow. Link using... Oh, okay. Link using big laser thing to wipe out. That looks really impractical. Did he have to construct that thing himself, move it there on top of the enemy camp, and then shoot it? If he had that much time, he could have just killed the enemies himself. But like, maybe it's just pre-constructed there. Maybe you can like make prefabs or something. I doubt it though. Big spider thing, which is really cool. I think at some point I talked about how I was hoping there would be Gomas in Tears of the Kingdom, because like the entire like enemy type of Gomas, like which is all of the like spider type enemies, did not exist in Breath of the Wild. There's also like the Rito boy or girl, like we don't know, child here as well. This looks really cool.
I know why I am here. It's something only I...
This is, I don't know. Nah, I think it's just the shape itself is like religious itself, right? It kind of reminded me of the like similar looking things from Skyward Sword, but I don't think it has to be to do with that. Yeah, I'm gonna be late for my lecture, but like I'm I'm hurrying. Big laser thing.
Do not look away. You witness a king's revival.
Yeah, we've already seen that. It has also been theorized. Like, I wonder if the Master Sword is even gonna exist in this game, or whether it's gonna be destroyed in that exact cutscene. Then here's Hot Ganondorf. Big Lizarb.
Okay,
I don't know. Sounds like a boy to me. I don't know. This like looked like a Gerudo. This is fucking Riju doing shit. That is very exciting. More villagers.
You are not alone. Link. You are our
The
final
funny dragon that we've already seen. And this is about it. Yeah. There's a lot of interesting shit.
Link.
Shut the fuck up. I'm going to go off right now.
Me.
Once this is over, but it is over now, yes. Yeah. Actually shocking how I did not have time to talk about everything. I thought we were gonna do this in like half an hour, and it's just gonna be a really short stream. But also, why the fuck is my camera looking this fucked up? I don't know. I'm now going to go offline and never stream again. There's a lot of shit we still have to talk about. We will not do that now. I have to go. I will go. And yeah, I don't know. I will talk to you more on the Discord and whatever. We will see each other at the latest next Monday though. So yeah. Good night. Shut the fuck up, everyone. I don't know. Thank you for being here. Goodbye. See you soon.